The internet is a really busy place, and if you have DSL, your connection can get bogged down. That's why you need high-speed internet from Xfinity. It gives you more bandwidth, freeing you to enjoy movies, music, and social networking sites the way they were meant to be. Xfinity.
Brief statement about what's in the paperwork. Yeah.
The bottom line is, late last week I received Judge Vanson's report and recommendations regarding the inquiry he conducted involving current Luzerne County court employees whose names were prominently mentioned in the recent federal trial of United States versus Ciavarella. Judge Vanston recommended that he did not conclude there had been a violation of policy with regard to the existing human resource manual and policy and procedures involving court employees. Moreover, he did recommend that there be changes to the personnel manual that would minimize the circumstances under which there would be a potential for violations of the court personnel policies, all of which are geared to instill the highest levels of trust and confidence in the courts by and among the public. This has been an obvious concern during the past 27 months or thereabouts, as it relates to the public corruption scandal that has rocked this courthouse and other segments of northeastern Pennsylvania.
So the bottom line is there's no reason for disciplinary action, Your Honor, but there will be some adjustments to the employee manual, and the policy, rather.
That's correct. Current policy does not proscribe certain interactions between a supervisor and a subordinate. And that would include a judge being at the highest level. And the idea of something along the lines of an interest-free loan is not prohibited. And at the same time, our approach to these circumstances is that we want to raise the standard and proscribe same in order that the potential for inappropriate relationships is minimized. And generally believe that these modest changes will be sufficient to enhance those goals.
Judge, on a broader picture, we've seen a lot of changes come out in the last few weeks, including the changes to the juvenile justice system, including the changes to the employee handbook. Speaking not to the members of the media here, but how about to the general public that are watching this tonight, how is this just another step in the process to regain the trust of residents of Luzerne County?
Well, it's process that's the operative word. And what's important here is that there was an independent review of the conduct and actions of the interested persons, and Judge Vanston undertook that task with utmost fidelity and made his findings and drew his conclusions, which we have carefully reviewed independently as well, and we're satisfied that due process took place. One must remember that the scope of this inquiry was that of a personnel matter, and the ultimate conclusion is that disciplinary action is not warranted.
Report, did it only the investigation or the review by the judge, did it only focus on those two employees named here?
That's correct.
Was this directly a result of the testimony we heard at the federal case against Judge Ciavarella, or were there any other instances besides what was said in the public courtroom?
This inquiry stemmed from the overall trial itself, both with respect to, I believe, opening statement during the course of the trial, as well as certain aspects of the testimony.
And again, it was only these two individuals, Callan and Salemi, nobody else.
That's correct.
Did the court and bond actually vote on these new amendments to the policy?
There was a consensus view that we adopt same. And I might state that these changes, as it relates to discouraging and proscribing judges and supervisors from engaging in certain transactions with subordinates, actually go beyond the recently promulgated Code of Conduct issued by the Supreme Court effective October 1st of last year.
So if I can ask one last question, Your Honor. And I know Jim was asking, I think, a form of the question. You know, it's all a matter of this is just another step in the process of regaining the trust in the entire system. Because these names came out in the corruption trial, but you want to make sure that the focus remains on trust and confidence.
Recall that in January of 2009, following the announcement of charges against two sitting judges in Luzerne County, one of the stated objectives announced by President Judge Morosky was to make a concerted effort to restore public trust and confidence in the courts. We knew then, and we continue to believe, that is an ongoing process that will be measured over the course of time in terms of newer judges coming on and upholding the highest standards and insisting upon the highest standards of conduct by court and court-related employees. We've endeavored to do that over these past 26 months and recognize that our court will be under scrutiny for virtually the indefinite future.